Good morning to all. Dear student, welcome back to the biology class. So today we are going to start our chapter 11, that is transport in animals and plants. Before starting our lesson, please be ready with your book. Transport in animals and plants. In living things, many substances such as food, gases, minerals, salt, hormones and waste products have to be transported from one part of the body to the another. So in the living organisms, what will happen? The food, the gas, many gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide, minerals, hormones and waste materials, they have to transport from one part of the body to the another. Okay. All living things therefore have body system that transports substance to different part of their body. So all the living organism, they have some system in their body, so to transport the substance from one part of the body to the another. In small animals such as jellyfish, sponges and flatworms, the diffusion of gas takes place through the body surface. This is sufficient for them to exit. Hence, these organisms lack specific body system for the transport of substance such as oxygen. So, in the small organisms like jellyfish and all, jellyfish, sponges and flatworms, they are taking the gases through their skin. So, it is called the diffusions. So, they are and that diffusion is sufficient for them. Hence, their body system is they don't have a specific body system for the transport of substance. Okay. In larger and more complex organisms, the number of substances that move in and out of the body and the distance traveled by them inside the body are also higher. Hence, these organisms require specialized systems that support the transport of this substance in the body. The circulatory system and the excretory system carry out this function. But in the larger or the complex organisms, their body is bigger in size, very complex, so they have a different transport system for the transport of substance from one part of the body to the another inside the body. Okay, so they have a specialized system. So in the larger organisms, the circulatory system and the excretory system carry out the function of transporting substance from one part of the body to the another. Circulation in humans. The circulatory system has three distinct parts: the blood vessel and heart. The circulatory system in the humans, it is divided into three distinct parts, that is the blood vessels and the heart. Blood is the body major medium of transport and performs the following function that are essential for life. So what is the blood? It is a major medium of transport and perform the following function. It is a major medium of transport. It is the main medium of transporting the substance from one part of the body to the another. Its function is, it carries oxygen, which is essential for cellular respiration, to all parts of the body. So blood carries the oxygen from one part of the body to the another, and that is essential for the cellular respiration. It carries carbon dioxide from the tissue to the lungs for removal, and it carries the carbon dioxide from the each and every tissue to the lungs for the removal. It carries digested food materials to the cell of the body, and it also carries the digested food material inside the body cell from one part of the body to the another. It also carries waste such as urea to the kidney for removal. It also carries the waste material such as urea to the kidney for the removal. Blood is generally red in color in humans, other animals and in other vertebrates. So blood generally what in color? Generally red in color in the mammals and other animals, vertebrates also. However, it can be blue, green or colorless in other animals, but in some animals it will be blue, green or colorless also. When a sample of human blood is taken in a test tube and rotated at a high speed, then when the human blood will be taken in a test tube and it's rotated in a very high speed, then what will happen? centrifuges, it's called the centrifuge. Blood separates into a straw-colored liquid called plasma and a thin white layer and a dark brown mass of blood cells. There are three types of blood cells: red blood cells, RBC, white blood cells, WBC, and platelets. So when the blood sample of a human will be rotated in a very high speed, it is called a centrifuge. Then these bloods will be divided into three parts. One is that is straw color, that is called the plasma. This white line is there, that white line is called the white blood cells and platelets, and last part it's the red blood cells. Okay, so blood is divided into three parts. It is the red blood cell, white blood cell, and the platelets. Now what is a plasma? Plasma makes up more than half of the volume of blood. So plasma, here you have seen the level of the plasma is more than the half, no? Half of the volume of the blood. It is made up of more than 92% water and contain glucose, other dissolved nutrients, and substances such as hormones. It transports these substances through the blood. It also contains protein that help the blood to clot. So plasma contain what? 92% of the water. It contains the glucose, dissolved nutrient, whatever the nutrients are required for our body, dissolved nutrients the plasma will contain. Substance such as hormones also is contained, and it transport this substance through the blood to all other the part. It also contains some protein that help the blood to clot. Clot means what? When there will be cut, so blood used to come out, but after some time you have seen naturally the blood will stop there, so that is called the blood clot. Okay. Red blood cell. The RBC are disc-shaped cells whose main function is to carry oxygen and carbon dioxide. There are about 5 million RBC in 1 cubic millimeter of blood. The red color of the blood is due to the RBC. The RBC contains hemoglobin, which gives blood its characteristic red color in humans. So RBC contains what? Hemoglobin, red pigments that gives the red color red in the human. Okay. Hemoglobin combines with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. When the hemoglobin will combine with the oxygen, it will give the oxyhemoglobin. This is carried to the cell where it breaks down to release the oxygen. Hemoglobin can also combine with carbon dioxide to form carboaminohemoglobin. Okay, so hemoglobin will combine with the carbon dioxide to form a what? Carboaminohemoglobin. Blood which is rich in oxygen is called oxygenated blood and is bright red in color. Blood which with very little oxygen is called deoxygenated blood and its look at deep dark color. So blood which will contains the oxygens are bright red in color and they are called as the oxygenated blood, and the blood which contain the carbon dioxide is a deep dark red in color and that is called the deoxygenated blood. White blood cells. White blood cells are the colorless and larger than RBC. However, they are fewer in number than RBC. There are around 4,500 to 11,000 WBC in our 1 cubic millimeter of blood. Their function is to protect the body against infection by destroying foreign material such as bacteria. White blood cells can flatten and continuously change their shape as they travel along the blood vessel to reach almost every part of the body. Now platelets. Platelets are much smaller than WBC. 1 cubic millimeter of blood contains about 1,50,000 to 4,50,000 platelets. The main function of platelets is to help the blood to clot. Clotting prevents the loss of blood from wound. Blood is circulated to all parts of the body through the blood vessels, arteries and veins. The presence of certain substances called clotting factors prevent blood from clotting within the blood vessels. So student, this all for today's class. In the next class we will continue our lesson, that is transport in animals and plants. We will learn more about the transport system in animals and plants. Before finishing, here are some home assignment questions for you. Write down the answer and send me in WhatsApp group. If you find any problem, please ask me. Okay? Thank you and have a nice day.